Coach, this is week 2 of the NFL.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The San Francisco offense heading out, and a welcome sight for 49er fans. Jimmy Garoppolo leading the way. Jimmy, of course, lost for the season in Week 3 last year in Kansas City, and then the Niners really struggled the rest of the way without him. The silver lining to the early season injury, it gave Jimmy Garoppolo plenty of time to heal and get back to 100%.
Here we go. 180!
Garoppolo on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
To throw is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Bynes. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. On second down, it's Coleman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
A gain of 22. Kittle last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former 5th-round pick. Actually, I remember that game, December against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharpe's single-game record for a tight end. From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the third and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's first and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
Well, look now at our starting defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Garoppolo now. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018.
Let's go!
The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Down! 50, plant!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And now it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The end result, 21 yards.
Here we go. 180. 54. 54. Squeeze, double.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decided.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Geno Atkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go.
On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
56, check 56. Let's go one more.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
70, Indy.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. He'll drop to throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watch the run.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. George Kittle and the Niners ready for their next drive. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because
So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
There's Garoppolo to throw, and this is incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down.
Here we go. Check. Watch 54. There's a party now.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. 36. I'm coming.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Got his target, Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here we go.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down again. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. C.J. Uzomah, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 1st down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 1st down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11. Garoppolo closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking middle, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of it.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. Choose the mic. Watch your slant. Watch your slant. Watch your slant.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Ready, go.
They're going to try and throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue?
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They will run again with Coleman. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Say hi.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Open man is Bourne. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Garoppolo looks to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 25 on second down, Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 8 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Green brings it in. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now Joe Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Bullock's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the one touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ricky. Bang, 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 bang.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. 49er fans likely holding their breath watching Garoppolo scramble, but that time it pays off. He's in one piece, and he's got the first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He can run, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon, would you say they went from agony to elation in just a few quick seconds on that play?
Probably thought they were about to give it up in the red zone and then touchdown.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that they drew it up and said this is the way it's supposed to be done. It just happened.
But the end will justify the means. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offense.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
To throw is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now a give right side, Coleman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try with McKinnon, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw here. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.